Alrighty, so I am not home if you're curious. I am cat sitting for a friend, so that's why the background looks different, in case you're curious. But hey, it is 7 a.m. Beats' video came out an hour ago, so I don't know what time the JP patch notes normally drop, but I did see, of course, that his thumbnail already had LR Galland in it, and I know that there's a new Skadi. Okay, it's a blue Skadi. I wasn't really sure which color it was going to end up being, and let me just say, the art for LR Galland is insane. Like, they went crazy with his outfit. Looks really, really good. Looks like there's a lot of changes here. Let me look at the banner really quickly. So, of course, LR Galland is on the banner. Nothing really good on here, to be honest with you. I mean, red Thonar's okay. Jormungand is pretty good. I did have somebody just message or just comment the other day on a deer video asking, if there's anything that they can use other than Jormungand because they don't have her. But yeah, maybe this would be a decent opportunity. I don't know that it's worth summoning on this banner just yet, either way. But we do have the translations and everything from Kane. Okay, that's literally it. There's not a whole lot in this patch in general, so it's literally just a new banner patch. Not really any new events, which is a little strange, but I guess technically I think the collab events are still going on for another week or so. So let's look at the Kane translations here, because I'm very curious to see what's going on here. Actually, was there anything specific? Okay, so she's not a demonic beast character, which I was kind of wondering about. I'm not really sure if they were going to do her as a rat character or not. And then I'm assuming Galland still works everywhere. So, he used to not work in demons? I didn't know that, actually. Anyways, let's look at these translations. So, for the Skadi, passive is Master of Hunting. For every debuff applied to allies, increases allies' basic stats by 5%, max of 20. And decreases enemy attack-related stats by 5%, max of 20%. Okay. Also, if the unit damages an enemy with AoE skills, oh god, she is for rat. If the unit damages an enemy with AoE skills, which, if you don't know, wait, she's not for rat, right? Because it would need to be a melee skill, but probably is a melee skill, I guess. With AoE skills, apply bleed for 2 turns, and for every debuff applied to the enemy, increases allies' damage by 5%, max of 40%. Huge buffer. I wasn't sure if they were going to do the same thing that they already had done with Red Skadi, where she was kind of debuff, stat gain based, or I don't think the red one even gives you stats. I think it just lowers the enemy's stats per debuff on herself, if I'm not mistaken, because of the wording. So that's actually really interesting. But she works in everything, which is good. So she's not literally just locked down to there. I think that she might actually have some decent use cases, which is very, very good. I really like Skadi. She's a very fun character, and normally she's a niche unit that you can get some very cool sort of use cases with, and I like that in a unit. Arts of Hunting is the skill 1, decreases the unit's defense by 2% for a total of 3 times for 3 turns, and it inflicts damage by 625% of attack to a single target. So this is another decreases herself sort of skill, kind of like the other one, it seems. Decreases the unit's defense by 2%. Because there's no real there's no real reason for you to apply such a low stack onto the enemy. That would actually be even worse. It would be like applying bond debuffs to a melee, because his attack relateds are really low, but they just stack really high. Winter Bomb is skill 2, inflict pierce damage by 250% of attack to all targets. So this is the AoE skill that's going to apply bleed, which is interesting. So she's a double attack character. I was just talking to Durs about this yesterday or the day before. It would be interesting. I don't know who she's going to necessarily replace on the team, because Liz is really, really helpful for like keeping your ults going and like stuff like that. And she doesn't, I mean, she does have an ultimate that heals, but maybe you won't need to use a heal as often if you have all of these stats and stuff like that, especially stacked up with the other characters that are for the rat already. I'm not really sure what the actual rat team is going to look like after this character releases, but I'm definitely interested in the character. I like this. I like the sound of it quite a bit. Let's look at the Galland, because I'm sure you guys are probably excited about the Galland a little bit more than the Skadi if I had to guess. Galland Game is the passive. The updated passive is increases defense-related stats by 20% for 3 turns from the unit's entry. And every time a demon ally uses a skill, apply a buff that increases attack-related stats by 4% for 4 turns, max of 5 stacks. Okay, so there's the buffs that you need for his Amplify card. If there is an enemy with petrified debuff, increases the demon ally's damage by 50%. Also, at the start of the battle, coerces one enemy. The affected target cannot activate debuffs when using skills and may only attack Galland and decrease damage taken by 40% from that enemy. Okay, so that was quite a lot. There's an enemy with petrified debuff, increases the demon ally's damage by 50%. Okay, very interesting. They're not changing the commandment, of course, which is unfortunate because it's good if you use rank ups and rank downs. And I mean, Gother is back in the meta, so he's going to counter that a little bit, but they're literally like remaking the meta from like whenever Galland very first dropped, where Gother had come out like a couple of weeks prior on Global, and I think on JP as well, and then they release him to sort of like counter like the Gother rank ups everywhere. But I don't know, that's kind of interesting, but it might make him a little bit more niche, which is unfortunate. I'm not really sure how well that's going to go. Like, I don't know how long he'll last in the meta, you know. Wretched Scatter Strike. Or no, he still has the Infect card, so inflict amplify damage by 495% of attack and decreases enemy skill gauge by 3. Okay, so it's now an amplify and a deplete. Not really sure that I care about that too much. The bleed AoE now has spike on it, which is 2 times crit damage. And then the ultimate is increases basic stats by 50% for 3 turns and inflicts sever damage. So it's gonna crit. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Like, it sounds pretty good. I guess I'm gonna have to see some like damage and everything like that, because to be honest, it doesn't really sound that good to me. Like, he is going to be getting buffs, which is good, because then the Amplify card is going to do more. But they didn't make the Amplify card hit harder. I'm sure that his increased stats and stuff like that are going to help, of course. But it now just applies an ult drain, which I'm not really very, very big of a fan of. I guess it's like the same equivalent of like the LR Zeldris, for example. Like, his Spike card, which was the damaging card, now has a deplete on it. So I mean, I'm hoping that the card can still do enough damage on its own to kill and stuff like that, but I don't know, like I don't really want to use like a really cool DPS card as like a utility, you know. I don't know, like I would rather them have like another damage modifier on it, but maybe it would be too much if they did it like that, I guess. And then I doubt the bleed card is going to be very good, like it never really was, but if it does have spike on it, and I mean, you are increasing attack-related stats, hopefully his crit chance is decently high, so he can crit relatively often with it. Increases defense-related stats by 20% for 3 turns from the unit's entry. So he's just going to be a bit tankier. Whenever he coerces somebody, he takes 40% less damage from them, which is funny because I don't think they had that in initially. And that's something that they kind of did with, like, Galland. Whenever she targets a character, they do less damage to her. Actually, no. Is it even Galland that does that? I think it's Green Freya So that's kind of interesting. I don't know. The if there is an enemy with Petrify debuff, increases the damage, or a demon ally's damage by 50%. I mean, it all seems like it might add up pretty well, but I'm just not really sure, to be honest with you. Like, I really don't know. This is gonna be one of those characters that I'm a little unsure of. I'm gonna have to like just watch some gameplay of him, I guess, when he comes out, and then I will hopefully be able to assess the situation a little bit better. But the new Skadi seems cool. I'm very interested in the new Skadi, actually. I hope the Galland is good. I really do. Like, I don't. He doesn't sound bad, but the buffs didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just not clicking at like how well they synergize just yet. But I guess either way, that's pretty much it. There's not even any like other like patch notes to really go over or anything. I'm not really sure what this is. I guess I could check this really quickly. But yeah, I guess that's... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Translate this page. And then, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I don't know that I'm going to be able to see what this is before the video cuts off. Okay, there it is. What was this? Improvement to the gacha performance and appearance. We will improve the event gacha so that guaranteed performance will appear with a certain probability when a character acquires, or when you acquire a character to be picked. Improve the event gacha. What? We'll improve the event gacha so that guaranteed performance will appear with a certain probability when you acquire a character to be picked. I have no idea what they're talking about with this. Either way. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Galland and the Skadi, because I'm interested. I'm just not really sure. Skadi definitely seems like she's going to be helpful for Rat. Not sure. I don't know. I'm all the buffs together with all these characters that are like kind of like being rat-based units. It's gonna add up, and they're gonna be really strong, I think. So I don't know. Either way, thanks for watching. Subscribe. I'll see you guys later.